Hi,
Hi, how are you?
how are you? Thank you for visiting us.
Thank you so much for having me here. It's my pleasure to be considered by Credito as one of your investment opportunities.
Oh, thank you very
And
much.
I really hope that we can come to a mutual conclusion with a fruitful deal.
hmm Same on our side. So, as you may know, we are pretty much involved in the chicken farm business as the creditor, and we see ourselves as a business partner rather than a creditor. So, I hope today we can talk about the lawn, but also more important, how to make your business more successful.
Absolutely, that's exactly what I'm also looking at. So basically, the reason why I'm here today is to present my proposal to you in order to explain to you why I'm looking for a funding,
Mm.
and that is to completely substitute my existing Mozambican breed of chickens and replace it with American breed, which is much more productive and gives a much higher profitable yield as well. So, because of the entire substitution, the challenge comes in where I have to completely rehaul my facilities in order to provide much better medication and separation facilities to the chicken in order to take care of, so that in order to make sure, ensuring that I get better yield as well as there's no disease spread or anything like that. So, because of which I need to completely rehaul the facilities and hence the loan.
Wow. Okay. Good. This is a new aspect, the American breed. Okay. I'm really curious to listen to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, I actually have an exhibit here which I wanted to share and discuss with you. So, this is the Mozambican chicken breed, which is half kg a chicken. But if you look at the American breed, that's 4.2 kg a chicken. So, this gives a much higher yield, as you can clearly see. I mean, this is a much more productive chicken. While if you look at the care and certain facilities which we need, so we need a much better facilities for the chicken, as well as we need a higher quality feed and we need higher medication facilities, because of which we need to completely rehaul my facility and hence the loan.
Okay. Are these is this breed already tested and?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it's a standard breed which is there throughout the US and it's been used in many other parts of the in the world as well. It's just that each breed of chicken has their own specific requirements in terms of, as I mentioned, the feed, medication, and the storage facilities. So,
what about the import issues? Is there anything regulated by?
I don't think so. I really don't think there are any import or regulatory issues as such.
Maybe this could be a point we should check, right? If the breeding of this the American chicken is possible.
I really don't think there's any issue with the breeding of chicken because other people in Mozambique are currently doing this.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so I really don't think there should be. Yes, I don't think it should be a problem.
Okay. How did you encounter this kind of new business idea? Have you had like partners or like from your environment, like in your community? How did you know about that?
I mean, as you know, I'm a farmer and I have been doing this for quite some time, so I'm aware of what's happening in the world. Now, I know that it's not, as you mentioned, I mean, there are obviously challenges with when you're trying to import a new breed and try to breed it in a new environment, but then I'm pretty confident that with the right set of resources, I'm pretty sure that we can do it. So, I think it really depends on what help we can get from you in order to ensure that this is a success.
Okay. So, for the size of lawn, we have for the Mozambican chickens, always like the range from 1,000 to 10K. What were you thinking about?
I mean, of course, I mean, the loan size, we're looking at the maximum possible loan, which is 10,000.
10,000.
Yes, of course, because it's not just one particular aspect. Here we need to look at complete revamp of facilities from the very basic feed of chicken to the medication facilities to completely rehauling the facilities. Now the thing is that we cannot breed Mozambican and American chicken in the same facilities, so we need to create separate facilities for each chicken breed. I mean, eventually we are looking at, of course, like completely substituting Mozambican chicken, but then in order to start building, we'll have to start with 2 separate facilities and then eventually move on to one. So, which is why I mean, the maximum possible loan is something that we would be looking at.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's tap maybe one criteria by another one, and then I'll also tell you what we were thinking about. Because, I can tell you right away,
Yeah.
actually. So, the normal, our approach is that we start with our farmers at 5,000. That's the usual standard.
Okay. All right.
But even 2,500 is very common. But if you say that there might be a higher yield for the
Yes, of course. I mean, in fact, I can tell you that if you're looking at the yield comparison, I can tell you that a 10,000 loan will generate 2 times the amount compared to a 7.5k loan, and 3 times the growth of a 5k loan. So I can expect 3 times the growth if I get a 10k loan versus a 5k loan, and twice the growth as compared to a 7.5k loan.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Still, because for us, the American chicken breed business is quite new, and we have a risk factor which says our system says there's a risk factor. So
of course, I mean there is a risk associated with every new venture that you're trying to get into. Right?
So, what do you think about 7,500? Would this be for a start for this first cooperation, and then if this works well?
Let's. I think it would be better if we can discuss other aspects of the deal as well, and then try to reach a conclusion and see how it works out best for both of us.
Agree.
So, what exactly is the loan tenure that Credico normally gives out loan for?
We normally give out 2 years or 3 years. Exactly. So 2 or 3 years is the normal time. 1 year, we know that doesn't make sense
Absolutely.
at all.
Absolutely.
4 years again. Then this is also our system. But 4 years, I could stretch myself and say 4 years could be also okay. But we prefer the most is 2 years.
Okay. See, the issue with I understand that one is, of course, it's not even one leads to a loss for all of us, and then even in 2 years is a period when we just break even. So, in order to be profitable, it makes sense to go with a 3 or 4 year loan. And so we can consider, as you said, that you're okay with 3 to 4 years loan, so we can again keep this in mind and come back to it once we have other aspects. If you're alright with that.
Yes.
Perfect.
Your partners.
Absolutely. So, I'm not so sure what you know about the partners that I have in mind, but Ronaldo is a very close and a very old friend of mine, and someone who I've worked with, and I know for a fact that he's a person who really, he's a very ethical person who takes care of, who ensures that he's respectful towards his partners, and he's not someone who will try to cheat or who will try to get more from this thing. But then that's one option. But then I would love to hear your views on Ronaldo if you have any.
Yeah. So it's good that you have a good friend as a partner or a potential partner.
Yeah.
We recommend also to partner with some more third parties, so you can exchange information in a really plain and objective way for the business. So we have Felicia and Alvaro. They are also very experienced chicken farmers as you. We had good experience with Felicia and Alvaro. Basically, I think in general, when all farmers who had business partners made a better outcome in the end. So that's our in general. And I would recommend you Felicia because you can work with her really smoothly, and she's really an expert on this.
Okay, so the thing is that I understand where you're coming from, but the thing is that as far as Alvaro is concerned, I know that he's a hard worker and he has good business sense and he's very respected in the market. But as far as Felicia is concerned, Felicia has also recently built a new chicken coop and she's also looking for microcredit financing. So the issue with Felicia is that I really don't want to compete with someone who has a similar level leads to an unhealthy competition between the two partners.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's why, I mean, I think that Felicia will not be a right partner, but I understand about Alvaro that yes, Alvaro is a good, he's a good farmer and he's a respected person. So maybe, I mean, I would appreciate it if we can probably consider Alvaro or Ronaldo as two people and not Felicia.
Okay, I can understand that. So if you don't feel comfortable with a business with a specific partner, I think this should be one of your business decisions. So let's
Absolutely.
talk about Ronaldo and Alvaro afterwards.
All right, perfect. All right. And coming to the next,
Yes.
which is the poultry density. Now, I would love to hear your views on the poultry density to begin with, and then I'll explain where I'm coming from.
So we base our on the research, our recommendation on the research, common research that the lower the density, the more space that the chicken have is better. So we see in the current situation in Mozambique, the ratio of 2 is the maximum and the best for us.
Sorry?
Ratio of two chicken, 2 acre and 4,000 chicken per.
Oh, you looking at you think your research has 2 acres and 4,000 chickens?
Yes.
Actually, my research actually suggests 0.5 acres for 4,000
0.5.
chickens.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that lower the facilities, lower the density, then, I mean, if you go below to 0.5, then it can lead to a higher spread of diseases. But then, with proper care and with proper separation of facilities, I think my understanding is that from whatever research I've done, it says that 0.5 acres and 4,000 chickens is the best efficiency, and it's also a standard which is used in US, China, and Brazil, which are, as you can see here, Brazilian and American chickens are the best bred chickens, and if we want to go ahead with American chicken, then we need to maintain them, get to their standards. So 0.5 is what is technically best for American chickens.
Okay, good. Just for information, 0.5 we don't we cannot agree because 0.5 is this is something which falls out of our framework.
0.5 falls out of your framework.
Exactly.
Okay.
Another point is the reason for low density is, as you may know, Mozambique our country has some different infrastructure than America, China, or Brazil.
Right.
Many things are regulated already, so unfortunately, the probability for diseases is somehow a little bit higher than other countries, I would say.
I completely understand.
That's the density issue. But okay, I got your point. So just to show you, like it's like 0.6, 0.75, 1, 1.5.
Okay, and 2 again, like just like 0.5. So 2 is not 2 is out of my scope actually.
2 is out of the
scope. And so basically, the thing is that I understand that I myself am aware that Mozambique does not have very high veterinarian facilities, and it will be difficult to get those facilities here. But then, if we can secure a high amount loan and we can build better separation facilities, then I'm pretty confident that the outbreak of disease can be controlled, and that is not something that is going to affect the crop. But that's one. And secondly, I mean, if you look at the chicken, you will know that if you're trying to put these chickens these chickens in an area versus this, then there's obviously a difference, right? I mean, since we're looking at a higher productivity and a higher profitability, which of course it's also that's also one of the goals of I'm sure like you as an investor and me as an owner, we would also want to look at that.
Yes.
So I think if we can come to a middle ground where I think which would be again better for both of us, that would be great.
I agree. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I think we can agree on most of the points when we start to.
All right. Perfect.
Inspection.
Yes. Inspection. Last point. Yes.
What do you feel comfortable? I don't like the word inspection. By the way, it's as I say, we see ourselves also as partners, and
absolutely.
In the past, again, inspections helpful for the farmers.
Mm-hmm.
There were some good inputs,
Mm-hmm.
maybe also like inputs you can ignore as the business, main business man. But again, past showed us inspections were helpful.
And so I understand that you're looking at a partner, you're looking at your investments as a business partner. You of course want them to grow as much as we want to grow ourselves. But then the issue with inspections is that I, as a business owner, have to take a lot of time out of my usual business activity, and one particular each inspection costs me a sales worth 1 day. So that it really becomes a problem. It's really something that affects the bottom line of the business at the end of the day. So if I'm losing out on, it's not just losing out on the sales, but it's also affecting the profit. So while I understand that inspections are really important from your point of view, and it'll help probably curb any problems that say me as an owner might not be able to see, and you as an outsider might be probably able to figure it out. But then the higher the inspections, the more the sales that I lose in the business, because I need to prepare for your arrival and I need to completely leave my daily work and attend to your your inspection team. So you can understand it takes a lot of time and energy out of the daily business. So that's again something that I would like to keep to a minimum.
Keep to a minimum. So once a year.
Yeah, that's something that we can look at.
Once a year is it's very difficult for us, to be honest, because imagine the lawn is going, let's say 3 years, for example, and then we are only 3 times on site to have the inspection. I think this is a little bit too difficult, and I can assure you, our inspections we had the issues with former farmers. That the sales issue especially, so you have to dedicate your time, and there might be sales issues, but it's highly efficient, the inspections. They don't take much time, and even as you, as the general manager of the farm, there's not, maybe on the first time or second time, there might be some things you have to show us and give us some instructions, but our inspectors are very professional, and they don't require much work from your side or from your employees or from the other farmers.
Okay.
And we can even agree on Saturdays, on Sundays. Alvaro, for example, as a partner, could help as well. He's very experienced in these inspections. Okay. So I think there's not much to worry about the sales of, because we want also.
What is the number that you are comfortable with?
Of course, 12 once a month.
Well, it is out of my scope, to be
it's
honest.
out of your scope, okay.
Yeah.
I would say that 8 times.
8 again does not really work for me. I mean, the maximum that I can do probably is 2 inspections.
Maximum?
I mean, 8 is again not an option for me. 12 is again out of scope. So I think I would ideally be comfortable with.
What about
2?
4? Maybe we can. Okay,
let's come back to it. Yeah, let's come back to it. Absolutely, let's come back to it. That'll be fine.
Okay.
So I mean, I can see that. I mean, there are small issues that we need to come to an agreement on. But then, I mean, I really don't think that it should be too much of an issue. Agreeing to terms if we can come to a deal as a whole. So starting with the size of the loan, I would really appreciate if we can agree to a 10K loan. And then I think, if we can do that, then probably I can have a lot of, that'll give me a lot of leeway in terms of agreeing on some other terms and coming to a middle ground, because otherwise it's going to become extremely difficult. And as you can see, I mean, money is the most important thing here in order to, because that's what the investment requires, right? I mean, there are so many things that are needed to be done. So I would really appreciate if we can.
Okay, so let's start from that base point then.
Okay.
With let's start. Hypothetically, we can grant you the loan of 10K.
Okay.
Which is really important for you.
Perfect.
When we start there, but then you will have some constraints on the time, for example.
What will be the constraints?
I think 3 will be the maximum.
Okay. That's something that I can consider. All right.
Okay.
All right.
And then
for the partner, I mean, I think as you said, that it's really important that I'm also comfortable working with someone. So if you're absolutely against Ronaldo, then I would appreciate if we can get Ronaldo. But Felicia is not someone that I would be comfortable working, and I'm sure you can understand it will create problems in the.
Even Felicia would be our number one candidate, but if you feel comfortable, I could. Let's say I could also back off there a little bit and then say Alvaro will be okay.
Okay. All right. Let's work on
Alvaro. Let's work through.
Okay.
What do you think about the ST?
As I said, I was looking at a 0.5 density, and you were looking at a density of 2. So, how about we settle in the middle and settle, let's say, a 0.75 density?
0.5? 0.75?
0.75, yes.
I think that's not the middle, right?
For me, that is actually the middle, to be honest. That's actually the middle for me.
For you, but you have to see, like, we started with 2, you started with 0.5.
Okay. No, because there's 0.5, there's 0.6, there's 0.75, and then,
Exactly, but, yeah, maybe that's the middle for your scale, but I think in our situation right now...
What are you looking at exactly?
Even 1 point would not be the middle between us, to be honest, because
actually,
you would go up 0.5, I would go down.
No, but that's not the point, right? If you look at the parameters, it's not, it's
exactly, but I think that's not, we have to see it in an absolute...
but then you can't look at it absolutely, right? The middle point for you is also 0.75 here, and for me also it's 0.75.
When you say it like this, it's like...
Or if you look at one is middle for you and 0.75.
Look at here, like I'm here on the outside, right? So
I wouldn't understand.
To be honest, I wouldn't look too much on our scales. I would look for the success of the business.
Absolutely. That is the ultimate aim, right? So we're just trying to understand. No, because see, 1.5 for me, it's like 1.5 is like the absolute extreme end for me. Just like 0.6 is the end for you, probably, right?
Okay.
So if you're saying that 0.5 is out of your scale, then I'm assuming 0.6 would be in your scale, which would be one end, and for me 1.5 is the other end.
Okay.
So if it's about coming to a middle ground, then it actually comes down to 0.75.
Let's say it's 0.75 or 1, right?
Yes, that's what it comes to a middle ground. It's either 0.75 or 1, which comes to. So
let's go further. Okay, I'll give in at that point as well. Okay.
So basically the thing is that if I can get a 0.75 density, then I can look at 4 inspections a year because again, 8 and 12 are out of my scope, right? So
Julieta, you have to understand, like, I can't. Because
what are you comfortable with? Alright, so let's
on your side right now.
Okay, so let's try and see where you're comfortable with. What is it that you are comfortable with?
I think if we grant you 10K, then I have to constrain the payback long time to 2 years. 2 years.
2 years.
Yes.
Okay.
Felicia should be involved. If not,
Felicia will not be
involved. If Alvaro will be involved, I need 1.5 density. And inspection 8 per year.
That really does not work for me, honestly. I can. The best I can agree to here is that if you're going ahead with Alvaro, then I can come to a density of 1 and with 8 inspections.
Maybe it's a problem because we have.
No, I'm saying that Alvaro has 8 inspections per year.
8, okay.
Yes. I'm saying if you look at Alvaro 1 density, then I can look at 8 inspections per year.
I think the biggest problem is that 10K is a real stretch for me right now. 10K is like. It's almost it seldomly happens. That's the problem.
Yeah, but then you also have to look at the case
exactly,
right?
But that's the thing. We have our parameters, and I don't want to match perfectly the parameters. That's not how I work. But I need always the minimum of parameters to get it signed by So if we start with 10K, the thing is that there will be a lot of constraints. So 10K is.
Alright, let's say we look at a 10K loan. If you look at a 10K loan and Alvaro as the partner. For example, we look at 10K and Alvaro. What are the other
10K
terms?
and Alvaro.
Yes, what are the other terms that you're okay
I
with?
would need 2 years still.
10K and Alvaro, you would need 2 years.
2 years.
Okay.
And density 1.5 again.
That makes it extremely difficult for me. Okay, before we come to density, what about the inspections?
8 inspections per year.
8 inspections and a density of 1.5. How about 8 inspections and a density of 1? And I back off on the payback period to 2 years because how would that work for you?
1.5, 1, you say 1.
Yeah, density of 1, 8 inspections and a payback period of 2 years. How about that?
Let me cross check
Sure.
quickly.
Sure.
No, it's not possible. It's,
So,
I think
so you're saying that you are okay with a poultry. So you cannot go for a poultry density of 1, but you can stick to 1.5, is it?
yeah, but even with 1.5, it's not possible to grant. I guess. Let me check one more time.
Sure.
Yeah, it's yeah. So the lawn is your biggest concern, right?
That's my biggest constraint. I mean, without it, there's nothing. I mean, the other terms really don't matter, right? If I don't have enough money to take care of the facilities or the feed for the chicken, then I really cannot do anything about other terms, right? So that is my biggest constraint because I really need the money to substitute the chickens.
Okay, what about 10K for you?
Okay.
Again, I repeat myself, but this is a huge stretch. I can ensure you. It's like, yeah, 2 years, and Felicia is your partner, but I will go down for the density
To what?
to 0.75.
So you're saying a 10K loan, 2 years, Felicia as the partner,
Yes,
but you'll go down to a 0.75 density.
exactly.
And what about the inspections?
I have to remain an 8 because I need the 8 for
Can I just quickly
chickens to
check
change.
it?
Of course.
Just give me a second. So you're saying 10K, 2 years, Felicia, and a 0.75 density. Okay, just a moment. I mean, if I go down to Felicia, can you work on the inspections a bit? Or not?
I need 8 times right now because otherwise because
Okay.
yeah, I think
Alright,
inspection
let's fix.
size of lawn, I think they are very matching these.
Okay, so let's fix a 10K loan and 8 inspections, for example. Okay, because since you're saying that inspections is very important for you, loan is very important for me. So if we fix a 10K loan and 8 inspections, for example, then and you're saying you're okay with a 0.75 density, then it leaves us with payback and business partner support. Let's say the payback is 2 years. Can you now work around on the business partner a bit? Or Felicia is the best that you can do?
Felicia is Felicia is the best.
Alright, so let's freeze a 10K loan with a 2-year payback period. Felicia as the partner, a 0.75 density and 8 inspections. How about that? I mean, this is what you suggested right now, right?
Felicia and 0.75, yeah.
And 8 inspections.
Yes.
Alright, fine. Let's settle on that. I think I can.
Really?
It'll be
Okay,
difficult,
very
but
good. Okay.
it'll be extremely difficult. I mean, I'm super stressed, especially. I mean, I can still manage on all the issues, but then the problem comes with Felicia. And what I would really urge you to understand is that you're looking at it as a potential business opportunity for you, but then if I'm not comfortable working with someone on a day-to-day basis,
Exactly. But this is probably the I have to say like trade-off for you because again the 10K is it's like a rock there.
How about Alvaro with a one density? Is that something that you can consider?
No.
You can't do Alvaro with a one density.
Yeah. Felicia is.
Okay, then Felicia with a 0.6 density. How about that?
0.6, it's not on our scale. We could.
0.6 is not on our scale.
1.6.
No, 0.6.
0.6.
How about Felicia with 0.6? Is that a possibility for you?
Also not. So I'm in the threshold right now.
Okay. Alright, let's freeze it at that. Sure. So a 10K loan with a 2-year payback period, with Felicia as the partner, 0.75 as the poultry density, and 8 inspections a year.
8 inspections.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Felicia, 2 years and a 10K loan.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.